Hello student, today I will discuss about the processing of rice and rice product. Rice, its botanical name Oryza sativa, in the seeds of the monocot plants. World number one cereal food. Nutritious. About 60% of the world food consumption is from the rice and rice-based product. A byproduct of the rice. A byproduct is a secondary product derived from the manufacturing process chemical reaction during the production of the main product. First, rice straw. Straw is the produced by the harvesting of paddy. Straw comes from what is left on the plant after it's harvested. Rice husk. Husk is generated during the first stage of the rice milling when the rough rice and paddy rice is husked and grain are threshed. Rice bran. Rice bran is the layer between the inner grain and the outer hull of whiter rice is called as bran. Next is the rice milling. The objective of rice milling is to improve the quality and to remove the husk bran with the minimum possible breakage of endosperm. Paddy is generally harvested at 18 to 25% moisture, then dried to 12 to 13% moisture either on farm or at the mill before the processing. Milling procedure. Combined harvested rice generally has a moisture content about 20% on the weight basis, and the grain must be dried immediately at about 12% for the storage. Rice is consumed mostly in the form of whole kernel, and accordingly the processing of paddy is designated to give a high yield of unbroken kernel. Cleaning. Paddy is first passed over the screen to remove the large particles, straw and strings. After that it passed through the second screen which is having smaller perforation that first screen to remove the wheat, seeds and sands. Paddy then flow in a form of thin layer into the channel where an air current remove dead grain and other lighter impurities. At the last, paddy are passed through the magnetic separator to remove the metal particle. Hulling and shelling. Cleaned paddy is then passed through the machine disc huller or sheller comprising emery and rubber rolls running in the opposite direction. Aspirated to the remove husk and then sieved to separate from the unhusked and broken rice. The rice is with the hull removed is commonly known as the brown rice and rough rice. Pearling, whitening and scoring. Gradually removal of the germ and bran from the rough rice is known as pearling, whitening, scoring. And the hulled rice is passed through the series of pearling cones. As it passes down, the bran is pushed through the interstices of the wire's cloth. The byproduct of the scoring process is known as rice bran, which is used as the animal feed. It also used to extract the rice bran. It also used to extract the rice bran oil. Polishing. The rice grain consist inner layer of the bran is passed through the polishing machine, often referred to the brush. In this machine, last bran fraction is removed. The grain is called polished rice. Parboiling of the rice. In this techniques, paddy is soaked in the excess water and later on the cooked in its husk. The objective being pre-gelatinizing the starch. Any hairline cracked are sealed due to the homogeneous mass of the gelatinized starch and thus prevent the breakage during the milling. The general scheme of the hydrates paddy to 32 to 38% moisture and partially gelatinized the starchy by the steam heating at 15 lb pressure for 10 to 20 minutes. Parboiling causes certain physical chemical changes such as improved milling yield, increased resistance to insects, and firmer cooked rice texture accomplished by the darker and more yellow endosperm. Parboiling has further advantages like that during soaking and cooking, water soluble vitamins which are present in the germ and pericarp get the migrated into the endosperm, and those improve the nutrition value of parboiled rice. Even protein present on the grain surface are denatured, become insoluble, therefore are not removed during the washing and cooking. CFTRI parboiling process. In this process, this was developed to avoid bad smell. The paddy is soaked in hot water 65 to 70 degrees centigrade. Germ action does not occur in the hot water. Thus the smell is avoided. Soaking time reduced 3 to 4 hours. CFTRI also developed the pressure parboiling method. Soaking time is only 30 to 60 minutes and steam is passed through the grain to raise the pressure slowly from initially 0.28 to 0.70 kg per centimeter square to 1.41 to 2.11 kg per centimeter square. This maintained for 20 to 30 minutes. This method, the processing time is reduced. PPRC parboiling process, Paddy Processing Research Center, Tanjavur. It is also known as the chromate soaking process. Chromate at a rate 50 gram per 100 kg paddy is added to soaking water, which stop germ action and eliminate bad smell. Temperature short time process was also developed in at the PPRC. Stripped paddy is parboiled and dried concurrently by applying high temperature for short time. Stripped paddy is fed into the sand roaster. The paddy gets completely and uniformly parboiled and its subsequently cooking time is less. Rice quality and grading standard. The grain quality indicator, grain dimensions, size and shape, length from 3 to 6 mm, whereas long grain variety have a length 6 mm and above. Grain color and translucency. The color of dehusked unpolished rice is usually pale white, cream white, brown or red, or polished rice color white, translucent, opaque according to the nature of the pericarp and endosperm color of the brown rice. Cooking and eating quality indicator. Milling, cooking and processing qualities are the fundamental components of the quality that determine and establish economic value of the rice. Cooking, long grain rice is dry, fluffy with the individual grain, whereas medium and short grain type are most chewy with grains but that tend to stick and clump together. Nutritional quality. Brown rice contain more nutrient than the milled rice. Status of the nutrient is depends on the genetic variability of the rice throughout the world. These are the different products of the rice. Product for parched rice, expanded rice, parched rice and puffed rice,